When it comes to action and challenge, few jobs are as demanding or intense as being a U.S. Navy SEAL. The workplace? On the move. A phone call can send a SEAL team anywhere in the world on short notice. Work hours? Mostly night. The SEALs use darkness as cover and most often want to stay out of sight. So they work in teams as small as 2, 4, 8, or 16. They're almost always outnumbered. But on their side is speed, stealth, and surprise. They're trained to arrive and leave quickly and quietly, operating by sea, air, and land. That's why they're called SEALs. Job duties? They're likely to be among the first Americans sent into a hot zone. Sometimes they stay out of sight just to see what's going on and report back. Other times they might strike in a lightning-fast raid, rescuing hostages or stopping terrorists. While no experience is necessary to join, being physically fit and comfortable in the water is an advantage. Once in the program, candidates get some of the most comprehensive military training in the world.
I felt I was a very normal kind of teenager, and I really wanted to step it up a little bit and do something extraordinary.
After going through college, looking at all the options that I had, trying a job in the business world, I had a very good job and I enjoyed it, but I didn't feel like I was really doing anything worthwhile. I didn't feel like I was making a difference.
What makes this a unique job? That's what the next 20 minutes are all about. You're going to see what it's like to be a U.S. Navy SEAL. The career of a SEAL starts here at the Naval Special Warfare Center just outside San Diego. It's the home of BUDS, or Basic Underwater Demolition SEALs Training.
This little piece of lettuce in a real-life situation could give you away.
BUDS lasts 6 months. It's been called the most physically demanding training in the military. Candidates need to pass a tough physical fitness test just to make it here. Then the first few weeks of BUDS prepares them for their first big challenge, Hell Week. In 5.5 days, they'll get no more than 4 hours total of sleep. Around the clock, the class faces challenges that simulate the difficulty and intensity of actual SEAL missions, including running one of the toughest obstacle courses in the military.
Everybody catch.
And having to land rubber boats at night in high surf against unforgiving rocks. The training is made even more challenging due to sleeplessness, exhaustion, cold temperatures, and often a range of potential injuries. Doctors check each student twice a day to be sure they're fit to continue. Any significant injury, and the student is pulled out of Hell Week.
BUDS is terrifying. It's gratifying. Cold, wet, miserable. What you go through every day challenges you more than you've ever been challenged in your whole life.
I'm going to thank my instructors for being able to push me past my limits.
What your body can accomplish is really far more than what you previously had thought. There's nothing you can't do.
And then not being able to sleep and just, falling asleep standing up. During Hell Week, I found I could fall asleep while I was underneath the boat while running.
Get the log up.
Not every student can push himself hard enough to succeed. In fact, 2 out of 3 students quit during this 6-month BUDS course by ringing this bell. Their helmets stay behind as a reminder to their classmates. What drives the students who do make it?
We're in a surf zone rolling around, it's freezing cold. Guys are laughing, making jokes, singing songs. And I think you have to have that kind of sick, twisted sense of humor to make it through BUDS.
The worse it gets, the more funny it is.
The guys here are some of the best guys in the world, I think. You cannot make it through this place by yourself. To have those guys there beside you, helping you, encouraging you, when 3 days into Hell Week with no sleep, you are at your absolute low, and the guy next to you says, come on, we can make it 1 more hour, and the next day you're saying the same thing to him, is what makes it possible, and is what makes them the best friends you're gonna find.
You don't get through BUDS as an individual. You get through BUDS as part of a team.
But who ends up on that team is difficult to predict. Some of the most accomplished athletes drop out, and the least athletic candidates, if they have the SEAL never quit attitude, come through.
There have been over 12,000 people who have done this in the past and have completed this training successfully. It is not out of reach of anyone who is in good health and who is physically fit to get through this training. The training is 90% mental and 10% physical. So in order to prepare yourself physically and mentally to come into BUD/S, we actually have a website. And it would be good if any prospective candidate could get on that website and see the type of workouts that we ask them to do and to follow them to the letter of the law. Most of the time, the reason that a guy washes out of training is that he has not followed that regimen. I will have guys who will come in and proudly proclaim that they've been running 10 miles a week, when you go into first phase and you'll be running 10 miles a day. And it only gets tougher from there. You really have to want this to become a SEAL.
The program is not set up for failure. The program is set up for success. They take you from being a kid that can't swim, teach you how to swim. Take a kid that doesn't have any running ability, and you can run. I've tried the program, and I've done the program, and I completed the program, and I am who I am today because of that.
Hell Week is just one part of becoming a SEAL. During BUD/S, candidates also learn the skills of the trade, like combat diving, weapons and demolition use, navigation, small boat handling, clandestine reconnaissance, and escape and evasion.